All right, let me put this to bed quickly once and for all. Apparently, Sergey Kovalev has come out in an interview, which was in Russian and has since been translated by some people. And in the interview, he said that anybody who thought that he was going to win the fight against Canelo is stupid because he went into the fight basically drained, kind of alluding to the rehydration clause, and that he was injured from the Anthony Yarde fight, and that he basically just took it for the money, knowing that he wouldn't actually be able to win. And some people on the internet, idiots, imbeciles, have taken that and decided that 2 and 2 equals 15. Because they're now saying that this is tantamount to him admitting that he took a dive in that, 10th or 11th round when he got clocked and blatantly knocked out in a genuine fashion. They're saying, oh, this is him admitting that he took a dive. No, it's not. Fighters take big paydays not believing in their heart that they can truly win all the time. That is totally different from somebody taking a dive. Completely different. For example, this is why I've got this Vladimir Klitschko-Corey Sanders fight up here. Because if you listen to the UK commentary for this Corey Sanders-Vladimir Klitschko fight, Ian Darke says at one point during the broadcast that him and his co-commentator Glenn McCrory had lunch or dinner or something with Corey Sanders several days before the fight. And Ian Darke said that Corey Sanders basically admitted to him that he didn't really think he was going to beat Vladimir Klitschko, that he was just going in there to, be competitive for a couple rounds and then take a nice check and sail off into the sunset. That's what Corey Sanders was thinking in his head. He didn't really think he was going to win this fight. But lo and behold, he did take the fight. So was the fight fixed? Obviously not, because Corey Sanders went in there and knocked out Vladimir Klitschko in 2 rounds, even though he didn't really believe he was going to do it pre-fight. Okay? Same with Sergey Kovalev. That's all he's said, that he wasn't physically in the great place, so he took the fight for money, for a payday, but in his heart, he didn't truly believe that he was ready for that kind of test. Totally different than a fight being fixed. A fight being fixed is when somebody goes in there with the intention of not winning, with the intention of holding back, with the intention of losing. That is not what Sergey Kovalev said. Furthermore, I personally don't even believe Sergey Kovalev when he says that, I knew that I was going to lose and you're a fool for thinking that I could win. I don't believe him. I believe that Sergey Kovalev did think he could win. Did he think he was in the greatest of condition? No. Sergey Kovalev had a rehydration clause. I believe that he probably did have some injuries or soreness, etc., from the Anthony Yarde fight and the back-to-back camps. Yes, I don't think that was Sergey Kovalev in the best possible physical place in the Canelo fight. No, I don't. But Sergey Kovalev has got a history of making excuses after defeats. When have you known this guy to be magnanimous? Because when he lost to Andre Ward the first time, the judges robbed me. When he lost to Andre Ward the second time, it was low blows. When he lost to Alida Alvarez, it was a lucky punch in a fight I was fully in control of. This guy never admits when somebody's got the best of him. He always comes out with some type of excuse. Aren't you noticing a pattern here? Kovalev is not, as I say, a magnanimous loser. He's a notoriously sore loser. So after getting knocked out, genuinely knocked out, you are an imbecile and an idiot if you think he took a dive. Plain and simple. Because that is as genuine a knockout as you're going to see. All right? And as far as him holding back, absolute nonsense. If he would have beaten Canelo, he's getting more money than he can even dream of in the rematch. Of course he didn't hold back. What utter nonsense. He went in there and did the best that he could under the circumstances, given the fact that he was weight drained, given the fact that he probably was carrying niggles and injuries and stuff into the fight, back-to-back camps, took a lot of punishment against Yarde, particularly in the 8th. Under the circumstances, he did as well as he could. He was just in there against the Canelo, who's defensively better than most fighters he's used to facing, who's faster, who's younger, who counterpunches very well on the front foot. Under the circumstances, he tried to win as best he could. Once he got humiliatingly knocked out, Of course, as usual, as we expect from Kovalev, he's going to come out with a bag of excuses. See, he had plausible deniability against Ward. Well, it was the judges. Oh, it was the low blows. Against Alvarez, oh, it was a lucky punch. What excuse was he going to come out with this time? Well, you're silly for thinking I could win because I was clearly so compromised physically that it was stupid for anyone to think. Well, it's typical Kovalev. So stop lying. Anybody I catch, listen to what I'm telling you, anybody I catch claiming that Kovalev has admitted that he threw the fight, you are getting banned from my YouTube channel, I don't want anybody that stupid anywhere near me. Think about it logically. Do you really believe that Sergey Kovalev would come out and admit, oh, I threw the fight? Do you know the legal implications of a fighter doing something like that in a fight of this magnitude? Do you know the legal implications of casinos and people who have placed bets and all that kind of stuff? If the guy comes out and says, oh, actually, I threw the fight. You are a complete moron if you think that Sergey Kovalev took a dive in that fight. That was a genuine knockout. Anybody who says otherwise is an idiot. Either that or they have some serious agenda. Yeah? That they don't want to give Canelo credit or something like that. Yeah? They don't need Kovalev to be taking dives. They can just get the judges, as they often do in Canelo fights, to give him the benefit of the doubt in the tight rounds. That's all they need to do. Honestly, people, this has to stop. And I saw somebody in a boxing scene forum. I wish I could bring up the article, but he wrote a tremendous post about the idiocy of a lot of boxing fans. You have a hardcore of actually critically thinking, reasonable, intelligent, experienced boxing fans who actually talk sense. And then you've got, unfortunately, the great majority who talk absolute rubbish, particularly in situations like this, when something happens which they didn't expect. I mean, you've only got to look at some of the theories flying around to do with the Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz first fight. I mean, they talked about it in the Sky Sports Roundtable the other day. Seriously, there are people running around who think that AJ threw the first Andy Ruiz fight, that he lost on purpose. I mean, you have got to be a next level idiot to think that, but there are people running around who believe that. There are people running around saying that Anthony Joshua wasn't really Anthony Joshua in the ring. It was actually a clone, like an actual physical clone, like Dolly the Sheep. So in boxing, it attracts, for some reason, I love this sport. It attracts so many idiots. It's incredible. And this Kovalev-Canelo fight is a perfect example of that. You know, people talking about, some people understandably saying, why wasn't there a rematch clause? Because it was a voluntary defense. Kovalev fighting Canelo. Canelo is the A side. Canelo isn't begging Kovalev for a shot at his title. No, it's the other way around. Kovalev is begging Canelo for the shot. Canelo's the cash cow. And if you're going to the cash cow, he holds all the aces. It doesn't matter if you've got the belt. He is the one who's providing you with the payday. And therefore, he's going to start dictating terms. And you can take it or leave it. Kovalev decided to take it. Yeah? Is it fair? Is it the way boxing should be if, we follow the etiquette of somebody as champion and we respect them? Boxing's never been fair. It's all about who the A side is, who is bringing the money to the situation. That's what boxing's always been about. So anyway, let me put this to bed right here. Please, people, no more nonsense, lies. I'm sick of people lying and saying that Kovalev admitted he threw the fight. No, he didn't. You are lying through your teeth. You're an imbecile if that's what you're saying. End of story. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.